Hey y'all, I'm back again tonight for another DIY. This one just popped in my head and I was like, okay, I gotta see if it's possible, if it'll work, and so we'll see. Okay, so what I'm gonna use, I don't know if I'm gonna use the silver or gold. I'm thinking probably the silver. I have silver and gold in my decorations, and it can work. You can do a mixture of both. You don't have to be strictly silver or strictly gold. But I'm thinking about using the silver, but I have these deer, and they're really flat, and they're the big ones. Here, I'll compare it to this deer that I used. I used the white deer in another DIY, so you can see the different size. This is the deer I was wanting to put on the picture frame with the fleece scarf. I don't know if it'll fit on the biggest frame they have or not, so I'm going to do this instead. I really like how the end of these scarves have this little fringe effect going. So I cut me a piece, and it's going to be, I know these things have a name. Off the top of my head, I can't think of what they're called. But I've seen like pieces of tapestry and stuff done like this, and they have the little fringe at the bottom. I cannot think for the life of me what they're called. If I think about them, if I can figure out what it's called, I'll insert right here what they're called. Okay, so anyway, I've cut me off, I don't know, this might be a fourth of that scarf. I'm not really good at estimates, but not much. I still have, let's see, I've already done 2 DIYs with the scarf. This is the 3rd DIY. This is how much I have left of this scarf. And that's where I cut that little square out. So I still have enough to do 1 or 2 more DIYs. So you can get a lot of DIYs out of just one scarf. If y'all can just find one scarf, grab it. Okay, so the deer, the scarf, some twine. If you can get a dowel, I would get a dowel. I don't have any dowels, so I'm going to use a straw. This is a straw that is not bendable, and it's an extra long straw. I cannot remember where I bought these. I don't think I bought these at Dollar Tree. But again, Dollar Tree does have dowels sometimes, so if you can find a dowel, buy a dowel. And if not, Walmart has dowels really cheap. Okay, so I've got my hot glue gun heating up. I don't know if it's quite ready yet. So, what my plan is, let me get it laid out and then I'll show y'all. I want to glue the deer onto this scarf, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue it on here, and I'll have a nice edge on here and just roll it over. And then the, where is it, the twine. The twine's going to be coming off of both edges to tie. And the knot will be hidden in here. And then it'll just be a wall hanging. So, sounds super easy. So, let's see if it is super easy. I'm going to glue the deer first, and then I'll glue the rest. And the deer is raised in some areas, but some areas it's flat. So, I'm thinking mainly the antlers and the feet are flat, and the tail, and that's the area, and the nose. So those are going to be my glue points. And I might have to glue the feet, and then stick it down, and then like glue. I'll have to see how this goes. Let's see if the glue is ready. Now, the hard part is going to be getting the glue on there and then laying it down quick enough before the glue dries, because there are several parts to run glue and not have a bunch of strings going everywhere too. Like I said, I think I'm going to have to glue this, like the feet first, and then everything else. Alright. I do have a few little spider webs, but I'll get those going. or glue webs, I guess you call them. They're not spider webs. Okay. I think what I'm going to try to do is lift and kind of put some glue on there and then push down. Get the scissors out of the way. I'm just afraid if I glue the whole thing and then put it down, by the time I get all the glue on there, this glue dries super fast. And if you don't work fast, it's too late. So the hardest part of this project is going to actually get the deer to stay and be secure. Okay, I feel like it's pretty good there. Kind of go underneath right here. Get some glue. It's kind of halfway raised right here, so I'm trying to just kind of get some glue right there on the edges to where it won't show up too much. Hopefully y'all are able to see what I'm doing. I'm just getting this glued on here the best I can. And not glue myself to it. This isn't necessarily heavy, so I don't think you're going to have too much of a pull problem. But, I mean, the thing about hot glue, you know, when you store it, this might fall off and I might have to glue it back on next year, but I can just hot glue it on next year. Hot and cold kind of makes hot glue pop off sometimes. I'll let this dry a little bit. Hopefully it's secure enough. And try not to glue it to myself. I definitely prefer the Gorilla Glue. I can tell a huge difference over the Gorilla Glue and this stuff. I'm hoping tomorrow when I go to Walmart I can find some Gorilla Glue. Let's test this out. See if it falls off. Let's see. Well, so far it's hanging. We'll see how it does. Alright. Now I'm going to turn it over. Okay. Again, I cannot cut a straight line to save my life, but it's fine. Alright. I'm going to put the straw about right there. I'm going to take me a piece of twine. I think I want to try to tie the twine. Well, I got way too big of a piece of twine. We don't need that big of a piece. I think I want to try to tie the twine to where the knot is like in here. Instead of the knot actually showing. I think it's a nicer finish. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hot glue the straw, and then I'm gonna hot glue the twine to the straw. I'm just gonna go, the great thing about this is there's a nice little line for me to follow. Okay. Okay, make sure I've got this knot secure, and then I'm going to trim some of this off. Not going to trim it too short because it will work its way out. Get all this stuff out of my way. Alright. I didn't run the line all the way across because I figured the glue would dry before I could actually get all this done. This glue wants to dry really quick on you. So sometimes it's best just to work in small little increments, so you don't have to worry about it drying on you. And you don't have to worry about the placement of the knot because it's going to be hidden. So it doesn't have to be directly in the center. And I know I'm covering up and y'all can't see what in the world I'm doing. It's the hardest part of crafting is when you're making a video is making sure that I'm not covering up what y'all need to see. And I'm just going to kind of glue that right there to secure it. Okay. Now, then I'm just going to fold this over. And then I'll hot glue it. And I'm going to try to make sure that this little knot gets kind of hidden. I think I'm going to kind of secure the knot like right there. A little bit of a hot glue dollop right there will kind of secure it. Alright. And if you don't mind the knot showing, you can put the knot where it shows. I like it without the knot showing. And you can do this with ribbon if you don't like, I'm trying to do like the rustic, I don't know if you want to call it rustic or farmhouse or lodge look, but try to make sure that I've got a nice crease up here. And that's the great thing about this material having the lines in there. You kind of have a little bit of a guide to show you if it's straight or not. Okay, I'll make sure all this is out of my way. And again, I'm just going to glue a little at a time. And since this is on the back, it's perfectly fine that it was not cut straight. Nobody's going to see it. It'll be up against the wall. Unless you're hanging it somewhere where both sides will be seen, then you can make this a little more straighter and maybe even cut it off shorter up here and take a deer and put a deer on the back side, and just make sure you don't have this tag on there. So you can make this two-sided if you want to. Alright. I think I've got that glued enough. And again, this will look a lot better if you have a wooden dowel on here that goes at least the length of this, and then it won't be bending in like this straw. This is the longest straw I had. I could have used 2 straws if I wanted to, but I honestly did not realize it would kind of bend up like that whenever I hang it. But it'll be alright. But let's see. This is what it looks like. I'll get it hung up somewhere, and then I'll let y'all see. Okay, this is where I decided to put this. I completely redid this. I did not like my whole setup. I did not feel it was very cohesive. And now it is with the trees I made. I feel like it's a little more cohesive. I don't know what I'll do with all these. I'll find somewhere to put all that. But I did end up having to tie it because it was just too long. So just before you do that, really make sure you have it tied the right height. That's my bad. I'm bad about doing that. That is it for this DIY. Thank you for watching, and I hope it inspired you to either make it or something like it. I'll see y'all next video. Love you all. Bye.